Hello, my lovely children. You are welcome again to another Cafdil Science lessons. My name is Ernest Ato Benter. Children, in our previous lesson, we looked at the basic structure of animals. Today, we are moving from animals to materials that surround us. There are a lot of objects around us. If you are in your classroom, if you take your chair, if you take your table, your book, your blackboard or marker board, they are made of different materials. Today we are going to look at the properties of these materials. We are going to look at the properties of these materials. So children, the topic for today is on properties of materials. Properties of materials. But before we move to today's topic, let's mark the homework you were given the last time. State whether each of the things shown here is a living or non-living thing. So a tree, we have school bag, fish, and then dog. So you can see that the tree is a living thing. The tree is a living thing. That means that the tree is alive. Your school bag here is non-living. The school bag cannot eat, it cannot drink any water, or it cannot move. If you take this fish is a living thing. If you take this dog here too, the dog can move, the dog can eat, and then the dog can do whatever he wants to do because there's life in the dog. So the answers are tree, living, the bag is non-living, the fish is living, and then dog is also a living thing. Good. I believe you all had the answers right. Now let's move to today's topic on properties of materials. Properties of materials. Let's begin by looking at our lesson objectives. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to, 1. Describe what a material is. Describe what a material is. 2. State 3 examples of materials. State 3 examples of materials. And then 4, that's 3, mention 3 properties of materials. Mention 3 properties of materials. So children, if you pay attention and then you follow me in this lesson, 1, you'll be able to describe what a material is. What a material is. 2, state 3 examples of materials. And then 3, state 3 properties of materials. State 3 properties of materials. Now let's begin the lesson. What are materials? What are materials? There are a lot of objects around us, and these objects are made from materials. So what are materials? Children, materials are things that physical objects are made from. Materials are things that physical objects are made from. So let's look at this metal. This metal here is an example of a material. This metal here is an example of material. And this metal is used to make this bucket. So we use this metal to make this bucket. I believe you have metal bucket at home. This bucket, an object there, is made from this metal here. So this bucket is made of the metal here. If you look at another material here, wood. What do we get from wood? We get this chair from this wood. So the metal here is a material. The wood here is also a material. And we get bucket from this material called metal. We get this chair from this material called wood. And children, I believe you'll be able to tell me other objects that we're able to get from this material called metal. If you look at the spoon you use to eat, if you look at the bowl you eat inside, some are made of metal. If you look at the cooking utensils your mom cooks in, some are made of metals. The door handle that you use at home is made of metal. The pot that your mom normally prepares banku inside is made of metal. So there are many objects that are made from metals. The car that you even take to school, the body of the car is made of metal. If you look at wood as a material, the pencil that you use at school to write and draw, they are made of metals. Even the book that you write in, we get books from wood. You get books from wood. If you look at the table, the chair that you sit on, they are all made of materials, and this material is called wood. So materials are things that physical objects are made from. And children, if you hear the word physical, say the word physical. Yes, when you hear the word physical, it means that you can see the thing and you can touch the thing. So this tablet I have in front of me is physical. I can see it, I can touch it. That is what we call physical. This shirt is physical object. I can see it and I can touch it. This is physical. So anything that you can see and then touch, that is what we call physical. So materials are things that physical objects are made from. And these are some of the examples we have. The metal is a material, and we get a physical object such as buckets from metal. Wood is a material, and we get a physical object such as chair from wood. All objects we use are made up of materials. All objects we use are made up of materials. Children, all objects we use are made up of material. So this chair is made up of material called wood. This pot is made up of material called clay. This dress is made up of material called fabric. So all the objects that we use are made up of materials, because materials are physical things. We can see them, we can touch them. So everything that we have around, if you are sitting in your sitting room, if you are at school, everything that you can see and touch are all objects made from materials. Now today we are going to look at the properties of materials. The properties of materials. And before I explain the properties of materials, let's look at this. Properties help us to know why different objects are made from certain materials. Properties help us to know why different objects are made from certain materials. So for you to understand properties of materials better, children, what you have on your screen, these are the bowls I used to cook at home. Assuming these are the bowls I used to cook at home. Bowl number 1 is made up of paper. Bowl number 2 is made up of plastic. Bowl number 3 is made up of wood. These are the bowls I used to cook at home. The first one is made of paper. The second one is made of plastic. The third one is made of wood. And if I put this on fire to cook, what will happen? So let's look at it. I put the wood, the plastic and paper on fire to cook. Look at what is happening. All my bowls are burning. as you see. The wood is burning. My plastic bowl is also burning. My paper bowl is also burning. Why are they burning? We are saying that properties of materials help us to know why different objects are made from certain materials. So if my cooking bowls, that is wood, plastic and paper, are all burning when I put them on fire, then what material should you think I should use as bowls to cook? What materials that if I put it on fire, it will not burn like how my wood is burning, how my plastic is burning, how my paper is burning? Good. Metals. So that means that metals are good for making cooking utensils. And what property do you think metals have? They are hard and strong, and heat can pass through them without destroying them. Just like how my wood is being destroyed, my wood bowl is being destroyed, my plastic bowl is being destroyed, and then my paper bowl is being destroyed. That means that I should have chosen metal to make my cooking bowls or utensils. So when we talk about properties of materials, we are talking about whether the material is hard, whether the material is strong, whether the material is soft, whether we can see through those materials. And all these, whether they are hard, they are strong, whether water cannot pass through them, these are what we call properties of materials. So if I want to make any object, I have to look at the object that I want to make. Then I choose the best material to make that object. Now let's look at this. Someone is saying that wood is burning, plastic is burning, paper is burning. Then I can use concrete to make my bowl. So this my bowl here, this cooking utensil is also made from concrete, made of cement, sand, and then water. My cooking bowl is made of concrete, and I've put this concrete on fire. What do you think will happen? It will be on fire for years. My food will never get cooked. Why? Because heat cannot pass through concrete for it to cook my food. So that means that I cannot use concrete to make cooking utensils. I will waste all the fuel I'm using for the fire. Or if it's charcoal, I'll waste all of them, because it is very difficult for the heat to pass through this concrete and then cook my food. That means that the material I used for this cooking utensil is also not good. And still I should have used what? Metal. That means that the property of metal makes it good to be used for cooking utensils. So when we talk about properties of materials, wood is a material, paper is a material, clay is a material, metal is a material. So if I want to make any object, children, I have to look at the object that I want to make, and then I'll choose the best material that will help me to make that object. Your ability to choose the best material means that you know the property of that material. Assuming I give you a metal sheet, an aluminium sheet that you can use to roof your building, to go and sew a shirt, can that be possible? Can you use metal to sew shirts, or you use metal to sew your school uniform? It's not possible, because metal is hard, so it cannot be used to sew dresses. So that means that the property of metal is not good to be used to make what? Dresses. So when we talk about properties of materials, it helps us to know why different objects are made from certain materials. So if I use concrete as my cooking utensil, it means that I'm wasting my time because I didn't choose the best material to make this cooking utensil. So today we are going to look at the various properties of the materials we have around us. So the first one is that we are going to look at materials that are hard. Materials that are hard. Some materials are hard and strong. And when we say that materials are hard and strong, this means that they do not break easily. So if you look at this man here is trying to break this metal into two, but he's finding it very difficult because the material is what? Hard and strong. So when you say materials are hard and strong, that means that you cannot break them easily, like this one. You can't easily break them. So let's look at some of the materials around that are very hard and strong. The first one is metal. Metal is very hard. Children, you all know metal is very hard and strong. So because metals are hard and strong, we use them to build the body of cars. If you look at your school bus is made of what? Metal. Because metals are hard and strong. Assuming your school bus is made of paper, can you sit inside? No. Assuming your school bag is made of clay, can it be possible? No, because they are not hard. The property of metal is very hard, and those properties are not hard. So metal is hard and strong, and because they are hard and strong, we use it to build the body of cars. Look at this wheelbarrow. What do we use wheelbarrow for? We use wheelbarrow to carry things. Masons, when they are building, they use it to carry blocks and then sand and then gravels as well. If metals are not hard and strong, they cannot carry these blocks, sand and then gravels. And then look at this bucket too. Because this bucket is hard and strong, we can put things inside and then carry them because they are hard and strong. Another example of hard and strong material is wood. And because wood is hard and strong, we use wood to make chairs. So when you go to school, the chair and the table that you sit on are made of wood because they are hard and strong. Assuming you use paper to build your chair or make your chair, you fall down because they are soft. So wood is very hard and strong, and because of that we use it to make chairs. Fishermen also use it to make their canoe. They use it to make their canoe. And because wood is hard and strong, we also use it to build houses because they are hard and strong. They are hard and strong. Another example is stone. Stone. Because stone is hard and strong, we use it to build houses. We use it to build houses. We use stone to make grinding stone, which we use to grind our vegetables. Pepper, onion, tomato, and the rest. Because they are hard and they're able to crush it and then grind it well for us. Assuming I'm grinding this on paper or I'm grinding this on a fabric, it will not be possible. And because stone is hard and strong, we also use it for bridges. For bridges. If you look at big bridges in town, cars pass over the bridges. We also walk over the bridges. And if they are not strong, like they will break into pieces. So stone too is a material that is hard and strong. So one of the properties of some of the material is that they are hard and strong. Some materials are hard and strong. Children, say it after me. Some materials are hard and strong. Some materials are hard and strong. And examples are metal, we have wood, and we have stone. Good. Let's look at soft materials. There are some materials that are soft. If you look on your screen, this is a shea butter, and shea butter is very soft. That is why we use it as pomade to apply to our bodies after taking our bath. So let's look at some materials that are soft. An example is cotton. And we get cotton from the cotton plant. So we use it to make fabric, and we use this fabric to sew dresses. So your school uniform, your church wear, they are all made from fabric, and we get this fabric from a material called cotton. We also use the cotton as cotton wool. If you have a sore and then you go to the hospital or you dress the wound, you put cotton wool on it, assuming cotton wool is very hard, and then you put it on your wound or sore, what will happen? It will even worsen the wound. So cotton is soft, and because it's soft, we use it to make cotton wool. And then you also use it for towel. Assuming the towel you use at home, or your face towel, or your handkerchief is made of metal or stone or wood, how will you use it to dry yourself when you sweat or when you finish taking your bath? So cotton is soft, and because it is soft, we use it to make fabric, and we use it to sew dresses for cotton wool and then for towel. So some materials are soft. The first one is that some materials are hard and strong. The second one is that some materials are soft. And these are all properties of materials. So when we talk about properties of materials, some are hard and strong, some are also soft. So if I want to make any object, then I have to look at these properties. If I need a very strong material, then I have to look for materials that are hard and strong and then use them. The next soft material is wool, and we get this wool from sheep. We get this wool from sheep. If you remember this rhyme that you sang when you were in KG, ba ba black sheep, have you any wool? So you see that we get wool from sheep, and we use this wool for making sweater, we use it for making socks, we use it for making blankets because they are soft. Assuming your sweater is made of metal, how will you wear it? Or your sweater is made up of wood, or your socks is made up of wood or metal or stone, or the blanket you use to cover yourself when the weather is cold is made up of wood or metal or stone. That is very hard. It will be very difficult for you to wear them. So wool is also soft, and because it is soft, we use it for all these objects you see here: sweater, socks, and then blankets. Children, another property of material is rough. So we have some materials that are rough, and let's look at some materials. Stone is an example of rough material. Stone is an example of rough material, and because they are rough, we use it for walkways. If they were very smooth, if you walk on it, you fall down. So because stone is rough, we use it to make pavement and then walkways so that we can walk on them without falling down. You also use it for making roads. You see that if it rains, the road becomes slippery. So stones are rough, so we use it to build roads so that cars will not get accident. They will not slip when they are speeding, and then they will get accidents. So because stone is rough, we use it for roads, and then for grinding stone as well. For grinding stone, so that we can use it to grind our vegetables very well. So stone is a rough material. Stone is a rough material. Let's go to smooth. Some materials are smooth. So we've talked about materials that are hard and strong. We've talked about materials that are soft. We've talked about materials that are rough. And all these are properties of materials. And right now we are on smooth materials. Smooth. Materials that are smooth. So because paper is smooth, paper is an example of a smooth material. Because it is smooth, we use it to make book. So if your book, the book that you write in at school is made of stone, will it be possible? No. We use it for drawing sheets. I know that you draw at school. Assuming toilet rolls are made of wood, they are made of metals. You will always be crying when you feel like going to toilet, because after going to toilet, what you use to clean is very rough and it will always wound you. So because paper is smooth, we use it to make books, we use it to make drawing sheets, we use it to make toilet roll, and then tissue papers. So one of the properties of materials is that some materials are smooth. Some materials are smooth. Some are rough and some are smooth. So if you want to make any object, you look at the property of the material before you use it. We also have materials that are soft and smooth. Some materials are smooth. Some materials are soft. And we have some materials that are soft and smooth. And one of them is clay. Because clay is soft and smooth, it can be used to mold pots. It can be used to make bricks. It can be used to build houses because they are soft and smooth. They are soft and smooth. So clay, because it is soft, you can mold it into any shape that you want. And because they are also smooth, they can give you a good finishing. It will help you to make a very nice object because of its smooth nature. So we use it for pots, bricks for building houses, and you can use the clay also to build houses. So clay is soft and smooth. Good. Good. Children, we are almost at the end of the lesson, and we looked at properties of materials. The properties inform us or help us to know why certain materials are used to make certain objects. And we looked at materials that are soft, we look at materials that are smooth, materials that are hard and strong, materials that are rough. So now there's an exercise here that I want all of us to do. The instruction is that we are placing all rough materials in the box. So this is the box. This is the box. And we have some objects here. Metal sponge here, stone here, we have tissue paper here, we have gravels here. So we are going to pick all the rough materials here and place them in this box. So let's start. Rough materials. Good. Gravels are rough. Gravels are rough. So another rough material. Good. The metal sponge is also rough. The metal sponge is also rough. If you ask your mom, they will tell you the use of this metal sponge in the kitchen. And then, do we have another rough? It's left with the stone and then the tissue paper. Are they all rough or they are smooth? Yes. The stone here is also a rough material. What about the tissue? Good. The tissue is a smooth material. It's made from smooth material. So the rough ones are what we've placed inside the box. So all these materials you see there their property is that they are rough. Let's look at another one. We have fruit here. Fruit. And the exercise is that we are placing all fruit with smooth surface in the box. So we have pineapple, we have mango, we have apple here, we have pawpaw, then we have another apple here. So all these fruits, some have rough surface, some have smooth surface. So the exercise is that we are going to place all the fruits with smooth surface inside this box. So let's begin. Yes, the mango first. This mango has a smooth surface. This mango has a smooth surface. It's left with the pineapple, the apple here, the two apples, and the pawpaw. Do you have another smooth, a fruit with a smooth surface? Yes, we have the pawpaw. So the pawpaw also has a smooth surface. It's left with three. Yes, and the apple as well. So these two fruits, you see that their surfaces are very rough. Their surfaces are very rough. So the smooth ones are what we placed inside this box. So there are some materials that have smooth surface like these fruits you have here, and some also have rough surfaces like these fruits down here. Now let's continue. We have another group of objects here, and the instruction is that we are to place all materials that are hard in the box. All materials that are hard. We have a chair, we have pillow, we have keys, we have hammer, we have share better. So we are placing materials that are hard in this box. The hard means that they are very difficult to break. So let's start. A chair, pillow, keys, hammer, and then share better. Hard materials. Yes. The first one is chair. A chair is made of wood, the material wood, and wood is hard and strong. Very good. Let's look at another material that is hard and strong. Good. The keys. The keys are made of metals, and metals are hard and strong. Do you have any other hard material down here? Yes, the hammer. The hammer is made of metal. The head is made of metal and it's very hard. Metals are hard and strong. Any other material? No, because the pillow is soft. That is why we put our head on pillows when we are sleeping. And share better is also soft. So the hard materials are chair, the keys, and the hammer here. The next assignment, place all soft materials in the box. Soft materials. So the first one, we have towel. The towel is soft. We have padlock, we have pillow, we have metal pot here, we have share better. So which one will be the next? Pillow. Yes, pillow is soft. Pillow is made of soft material. Fabric, and then sometimes some another fabric inside, or wool or cotton inside. And then do you have another soft material down here? It's left with the padlock, the metal pot, and then the share better. Good. The share better is also soft. So we have placed all soft materials in this box. Those down here are made of metals which are hard and strong. Good. You have all done well. Now let's take this assignment. We have used the properties listed below to name the object. So we have wood, we have cotton, we have stone, we have paper. So the answers are down here: soft, hard, smooth, rough. So if wood, for example, is soft, then you write soft here. If cotton, for example, is rough, then you come and write rough here. So you use the answers here to fill the spaces here. Look at the materials that you have here, and then look at the right properties that goes with this material up here. I'll give you some few minutes to put this assignment down. Assignment down. Children, today we looked at materials around us and some of the properties they have, whether they are soft, whether they are hard, whether they are rough, whether they are smooth. Make sure you do the homework and you get all the questions right. Until we meet again next time for another science lesson, this is your teacher, Ernest Atto Benzer. Bye-bye.